Hello everyone. Today we are going to see the examples of complex number. Let's consider first example. Uh, Find the modulus and argument of z, this complex number, minus half plus root 3 by 2I. We have to find out the modulus and argument. Modulus means what? R, value of R in the polar form, and argument is value of theta. We have to find out the value of R and theta, that is modulus, mod value, and argument, that is amplitude of this complex number. Now consider z is equal to x plus iy is equal to this complex number. Comparing the corresponding real and imaginary part, we get x is equal to half. For as discussed earlier, for modulus value we have to take the mod value of these two numbers, that is x is equal to minus half, take as a plus half, and y is equal to root 3 by 2. Minus half plus is a point lies in second quadrant, that is x values are minus and y values are plus. Okay, that's why modulus of z, that is z, mod of z, that is mod of this z, is equal to under root of x square plus y square, which is equal to x square is 1 by 2 square, 1 by 4, plus y square is root 3 square is 3, 2 square is 4, and total is 4 by 4 is root of 1 is 1. This is the modulus value. Now the first question complete. Now theta, that is argument of z, which is by theory point lies in second quadrant. That's why argument of z, that is amplitude of z, nothing but pi minus alpha, where alpha value is tan inverse of this y upon x, which is equal to tan inverse of y root 3 by 2 upon 1 by 2. 2 gets cancelled. Tan inverse of root 3 is pi by 3. Pi minus pi by 3 is 2 pi by 3 is the answer for this argument. Now consider second example. Find real and imaginary part of this number. This is one complex number because I is there, and we have to find out the real and imaginary part. That is, as discussed earlier, if x is equal to x plus iy, this x is called a real part and this y is called imaginary part. Okay, so what we have to find out? The real and imaginary part of this number. To find out real and imaginary part, this part, we have to convert this number into this simple number, simple complex number. Okay, not in the form of numerator denominator. We have to solve or simplify this number to convert into simple complex number. Now consider this number z is equal to given number 2 plus 3i upon 3 minus 4i. To convert numerator denominator into simple complex number, what we have to do? The denominator, consider the denominator factor, denominator complex number 3 minus 4i, and multiply the given example or given equation by numerator and denominator by the complex conjugate. Multiply and divide by complex conjugate of the denominator. What we have to do? Multiply and divide by this complex conjugate number, that is 3 minus 4. I just change the middle sign from minus to plus. We get the complex conjugate of this number. Just multiply and divide by this number, and next we have to simplify it. Denominator becomes a minus b into a plus b, a square minus this b square, and numerator straightforward multiplication of two brackets, we get these numbers. Okay, wherever I square is there, we have to put minus 1 value. Therefore here minus 1 is there, minus 12, and this 8i plus 9i becomes 17i. Further denominator becomes 9, 3 square is 9, minus 4 square is 16, I square is again minus 1, minus minus becomes plus, and this we get minus 6 plus 16i upon this 25. Now once it simplify, once complex number get solved from denominator, now separate the numerator and denominator by this minus 6 upon 25 plus 17 upon 25 I. Okay, now we can, this is a simple complex number like this, where x is nothing but this and y is nothing but I coefficient 17 upon 25, which is a real part of z, and y is that is 17 upon 25 is the imaginary part of z. Wherever the question arises where we have to find out real and imaginary part of such complex numbers where denominator denominator form is there, follow the same procedure. Just multiply and divide the complex conjugate of the denominator factor, okay, and simplify as per the mathematical rules. Now consider next example. If alpha minus I beta is equal to 1 upon a minus ib, we have to prove that one bracket alpha square plus beta square into other bracket a square plus b square is equal to 1. Now consider the given thing. If we have to find out this, we have to solve LHS, okay, because RHS contains only 1, we cannot solve that. We have to solve this LHS. Either you find out values of alpha and alpha beta or a and b. Here consider this value alpha beta are in numerator, a and b are in denominator, therefore it is very convenient to find out alpha and beta. Now consider the given thing alpha minus I beta is equal to 1 upon a minus ib, which is equal to, again same procedure follow by this, denominator multiply and divide this factor by complex conjugate of this denominator factor. What is the denominator factor? A minus ib. Its complex conjugate is a plus ib. Just replace the middle sign by minus to plus or plus to minus. Now multiply these two as per rule, a minus ib, a plus b into a minus b is the formula is a square minus this ib square, where I square is again minus 1, minus minus becomes plus, numerator as it is. Now I get eliminated from denominator, therefore we can separate out this alpha minus I beta becomes a upon a square plus b square plus I is there b upon b square plus I square plus b square. Now comparing these two, this is one complex number and this is other complex number. Comparing these two, we get alpha is equal to this and beta, which is minus beta, is equal to this fact. Okay, therefore alpha is equal to a upon a plus a square plus b square and minus beta becomes, that is y minus beta, because minus sign is there, that's why this sign is for beta. Therefore minus beta is equal to this factor b square upon a square plus b square. Again beta becomes minus turns on that side, minus b upon this. We get the values of alpha and beta. Now consider what we have to prove, alpha square plus beta square. Now consider alpha square plus beta square, which is this number square plus this number square is equal to, again minus square is plus square. Separate out these two, a square upon this bracket square plus b square upon this bracket square. Denominator is same, therefore combine the numerator a square plus b square upon this bracket square. One bracket is same, one bracket gets cancelled, we get 1 upon one bracket get cancelled, a square plus b square. Now convert this alpha square plus beta square into this a square plus b square is equal to, this is 1. Okay, now consider the next example. If argument of z plus 1, that is theta value of this complex number, is given pi by 6 and argument of z minus 1 is equal to 2 pi by 3. These two things are given things. We have to find z. Z means what? One complex number. We have to find one complex number. Now consider what we have to find. Consider that z is equal to x plus iy. Okay, whole throughout the chapter z is a complex number and x and y are the real numbers. Let z is equal to x plus iy be the complex number. We have to find out this, means we have to find out x and corresponding y. Okay, now consider this argument of z plus, first thing, argument of z plus 1, which is equal to argument of, put the z value, x plus iy plus 1. Again collect the real parts. X plus 1 is the real part plus iy is the imaginary part. Again this is one complex number, x like x plus iy. Okay, then argument of this, argument means theta value of this is given pi by 6. This is a given value. Okay, now we have to solve this equation. What is argument? Theta value. By theory, tan inverse of y upon x. Here y is itself y and x becomes this real number x plus y, x plus 1, which is equal to pi by 6. Okay, take tan on that side, we get y upon x plus 1 is equal to tan pi by 6, and we know tan pi by 6 value is 1 upon root 3. You can calculate this value on calci also. Okay, now y root 3 comes here, root 3 comes in the numerator, root 3y is equal to x plus 1 into 1, this on that side. Now consider on whole things, x on that side, we get x, this on this side, my root 3y is equal to minus 1. This we get first equation in x and y. We have to find out x and y. That's why we have to find two equations in x and y so that we can solve them simultaneously. From this one given thing, we get one equation. Similarly, by following the same procedure, we get other equation in x and y by solving this second given thing. Now consider argument of z minus 1, just replace plus by minus here. Z minus 1 is equal to 2 pi by 3, which implies argument of zg value, value of z is x plus iy minus 1 is equal to 2 pi by 3. Here again do the same thing, argument of x minus 1, collect the real part, plus iy is equal to 2 pi by 3. This is a real part, this is imaginary part. Therefore argument, that is theta value of this, becomes tan inverse of this y upon this x minus 1 by theory, which is equal to 2 pi by 3. Now take tan on that side, y upon x minus 1 is equal to tan 2 pi by 3, and whose value is minus root 3. Now consider again, y is equal to x minus 1 on that side, y is equal to minus root 3 x minus 1. Multiply these two simultaneously, we get y, this term on that side, LHS side, root 3x plus y is equal to root 3. Now consider this second equation, and this is the first equation. Now this is one equation in x and y, this is other equation in x and y. Therefore we can simultaneously solve these two equations to get value of x and y. Now solving 1 and 2, how we can solve this? X minus root 3y is there, and here root 3x plus y is there. This is a plus sign, this is minus sign, it is convenient to eliminate y. Therefore multiply this equation by root 3. What we get? X minus root 3y is equal to minus 1. This is first equation. Multiply this equation by root 3, we get root 3 into root 3, 3x, and plus root 3y is equal to root 3 into root 3 is again 3. Okay, adding we get, this 2 gets cancelled, 3x plus 4x is equal to 2, x is equal to 2 by 4, which is equal to half. Okay, now substitute this value in any one of equation, you get y is equal to root 3 by 2. Therefore answer for this question is, find, where to find z. Z is equal to x plus iy, that is equal to z is equal to x plus iy, which is equal to x half plus I root 3 by 2 or root 3 by 2 I. This is the answer for this question. Now consider next example. If sum and the product of two complex numbers are real, then show that those two complex numbers must be either real or conjugate. What we have to prove? Two complex numbers are there. Suppose z1 and z2 are these two complex numbers. The given thing is sum means addition of these two is real number, and product multiplication of these two is again a real number. These things are given. What we have to prove? These two complex numbers, that is Z1 and Z2, must be either real or conjugate of each other. Okay, let us consider. First, let Z1 is equal to this x1 plus I y1 and Z2 is equal to x2 plus I y2 are the two complex number. Suffixes are just a notation. Then Z1 sum. Consider the first given thing, sum. Sum is Z1 plus Z2, which is equal to add these two, x1 plus I y1 plus x2 plus I y2. Now these all terms are in addition, therefore consider collect the real part of this two, this expression x1 plus x2 is the real part where I is not there, and plus these two factors contain I term. Take a common I, we get y1 plus y2. Okay, this in the form of complex number x plus I y. Okay, that is a sum we get of these two complex numbers. Consider, let us say u. Let us for consider it is u. Say u, because what we have given, sum and product is a real number. Okay, for that you have to consider one notation for real number, that is u. Say u, real number, not complex. It is not a complex, that's why it is a real. Say u. Okay, real number. Therefore, if it is a real number, it doesn't contain any complex number, that is it doesn't contain any I value because it is real. This, comparing these two, we get x1 plus x2 must be equal to u, because x1 plus x2 is the real part of this addition of two complex number, and this is a complex unit or imaginary part of this I. Therefore I is not there as given thing, therefore this value must be equal to 0, because it is a real number total and these two are equal. Therefore comparing these two, you get this value is u, this value becomes 0. Okay, because sum is not an imaginary part, it is a real given thing. Now this is the first given thing we have solved. Now consider the product of these two complex number. Z1 into Z2 is equal to these two multiplication of these two numbers. Now straightforward multiply these two brackets. We get x1 into x2, x1 I into x1 y2 plus I into x2 y1 plus I square y1 y2, where I square value is again, wherever I square comes, put the value I square equal to minus 1. This becomes I square equal to minus 1. Therefore comparing, now again like this, collect the real parts. Here I square value becomes minus, therefore it is a real number. Collect this one, x1 x2. Here also I is not there, this is also real part of this z1 into z2. x1 x2 minus this y1 y2 plus these two terms contains I. Take a common I, and x1 y2 plus x2 y1 is there. Again this is one complex number, total I is there. And suppose again given thing is product is also real, therefore suppose this is v, like this. Suppose this is v, again a real number, not a complex. Therefore comparing these two also, we get x1 x2 minus y1 y2 becomes v, and this term doesn't contain I because it is not a complex, given thing is there. Therefore x1 y2, this term becomes 0. Okay, now first equation we get from this given thing is this first equation, and second equation is this. Now we have to solve these two equations to show our to prove our this question.